What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason and Joe here. It is XTC week. That means we already ranked the XTC studio albums. You can go check out that video now. And like we do, we also make a video about our top 10 favorite songs. So that's what we're going to do now. We'll go back and forth. I think you started in the albums video, so.
Yeah, I'll start on the songs video too. I gotta say, it was really tough choosing 10 songs just because of I don't know if it was unfamiliarity with the band or what. But other than my number one, which should be obvious if you know anything about me or watch the channel for more than 5 minutes, everything else is kind of up in the air. I had to really go through all my nominees and pick a 10, but that I did. So my number 10. I got senses working overtime. One, two, three, four, five. Senses working overtime. It's superb power pop. Got some jangle in it. It may be like a whisper of their old post-punky selves, but English Settlement was really the start of their pastoral period. And so you have that. You have the jangle mixed in there as well. I love Dave Gregory. His 12 string sounds great. The drums are great. And this one is, it's pastoral, but it also has energy and drive and lush, and it has a killer catchy chorus as well.
All right, I'm going early for my number 10. I've got Statue of Liberty, which is like a cross between early Talking Heads and Squeeze. It's got some kind of funny lyrics to it too that I like. There's a great keys solo from Barry Andrews, which you don't get much or at all later in the catalog. But yeah, it's a nice touch on those early records.
Because he got booted from the band, or he left, or however. It wasn't a great mix, but he had an interesting sound. Nine for me. I'm gonna go with a little number from Black Sea. I got Rocket from a Bottle, which I think is a nice midpoint between their really quirky early stuff, the Talking Heads, jittery kind of post-punk, and the more power pop stuff that would come next. It's got a fantastic driving, column molding bass line, which really gives the song some good momentum. And I like how it starts at like a nine and never dips. Like it just right off the bat, like a rocket from a bottle. It's just like driving throughout the whole song. Great momentum and very catchy as well.
My number 9 is No Language in Our Lungs. I love the guitar on this track. It's got like really cool and unique parts, and the interplay between the different guitars I think is really interesting. The guitar solo is great as well, and after that solo section, there's some really interesting bass stuff going on from Colin Moulding too. So I think just all the different parts intertwining on this track make it really interesting and cool.
My number eight's gonna be Making Plans for Nigel, which is, it's post-punky and a little new wavy, and it kind of defies genre, I think. But whatever it is, it just has so many elements that seem really fresh and new that you really haven't heard that much before, if at all. I love the guitar tones, I love the production on the song. But then you have that bird-like warble of the backing vocals, which basically become their own instrument, which is really cool. It's jittery and strange, and the chorus isn't like super well defined, but the verse is amazing, and it's just so interesting sonically that it has like a catchiness that isn't derived from a traditional like catchy chorus. And it's kind of hard to wrap your head around, but it gets stuck in your head, even though there's not like that chorus that you really want to sing along with. But I think that's what makes the song so interesting and fascinating.
My number 8 is Earn Enough for Us from Skylarking. I think more than any other song on Skylarking, this one really has Todd's stamp on it. I think it could be a Utopia song, basically. The guitar tones and everything sound very Utopia and Todd-esque. It's also a good example of a song where the drum beat, I think, really adds to the song and like the way it pushes the song, I think actually makes it catchier than it would be otherwise. Not that the drums are doing anything crazy, but just the way it's the perfect correct beat for this song. So yeah, really good.
My number seven, I'm gonna go with Summer's Cauldron, the lead off track to Skylarking. It's got this wobbly organ, some Melodica from Todd Rundgren. And it has, it kicks off the album and it's like right from the beginning, you get that, bee buzzing across your speakers. There's like a drone of insects going on in the background. There's chirping birds and dogs and stuff. And it's just a perfect way to start off, a pastoral, verdant sounding album. But it's not like quite calming either because there's some really great, like powerful drum fills that just go off every once in a while. But it's got a great chorus. It's full and rich, and it's just one of those lush tunes from Skylarking. And maybe this is the most evocative, I think, of them all. Just that kind of hazy summer feel.
My number seven is Love at First Sight, which I think is really cool, kind of post-punky guitar riff. Colin Moulding's melodic approach, I think, is really cool on this one. It almost feels like a little bit like the musical successor to Making Plans for Nigel.
My six, one of the more well-known XTC songs, although their version wasn't the biggest version of it. I got Peter Pumpkinhead from Non Such. It's complex, jangly, college rock feel to it. I like the interesting lyrics and it delve a little more into the political sphere. It's got a great bass line from Colin Moulding, as almost, well, not every song, but almost all these songs do. I like the passionate vocal delivery from Partridge here, and I like the lyrics. I think there's a good amount of meaning behind them, despite the seemingly throwaway title. Peter Pumpkinhead, but it's not just some goofy kind of tune. There's some weight behind it, I think.
Number six, I've got Radios in Motion, first song from the first album. I don't know how people will feel about me having a bunch of stuff from the early stuff, but I think it's so good, so much energy, really infectious. The chorus, I think, to this is just incredible. Always gets stuck in my head.
I do like that one, and I thought the early stuff was fine, but I'm way more in the opposite direction. I got Mayor of Simpleton, number five. I don't know. This might be their most well-known song. I used to hear it on the radio all the time. Quirky college rock type tune, jangly, really great, just hectic, propulsive bass line, just really pushing everything along. And might have their catchiest chorus. The lyrics, super silly, but also relatable and charming and very memorable. And it's a song that's just like super easy to sing along to. It gets stuck in your head. It's kind of just pushes you to sing along with it.
My number five is one that I think you kind of dissed in the album's video. It's Love on a Farm Boy's Wages. Very different. I love the acoustic guitar on this track. Super cool, interesting pattern. Also, really cool drum parts. And I like just like the way that the music is a reflection of like the rural farming content of the lyrics. I think it goes hand in hand perfectly.
Yeah, I think I did diss that one, but I do have a song from Mummer on my list, my number four, but it is not that one. I got Great Fire, which is easily my favorite tune from Mummer. The original sessions for Mummer didn't produce a single. They went back in the studio with Bob Sargent, and Great Fire was one of the two songs to make Mummer. It's got, the green kind of verdant feel, the pastoral, the rural feel of the album at large, but I think it's a little more to the point. It's got a fantastic pre-chorus, a little more muscle, and I love when bands do this. The step up key change at the end, I think is a great touch.
Going early again for my number four, I've got Mechanic Dancing at number four. I love how the organ on this like answers the jerky guitars. The clav solo is great. The chorus again super catchy. The Can't Wait Until the Weekend Comes, which I don't know if you'd consider that like a post chorus or whatever it is. It's just like a classic XTC melody. Yeah, it's just a great song.
Oh, interesting, interesting. Very not what I think anyone is expecting. Not what I was expecting, for sure. Number three, I'm going back to Skylarking for Ballad for a Rainy Day. Super Beatlesy, super Beach Boysy. Without sounding exactly like them. I think it's a fantastic updating of that style to fit the 80s without sounding like cheesy 80s. Very detailed, charming lyrics from Andy Partridge. Reminds me of Penny Lane a little bit. And I think what it really sets it apart is that bridge. It really kicks it up in this unbelievably catchy, like bright McCartney way before settling back into the more melancholic verse and chorus. But it's just a fantastic, fantastic sounding song for sure. Just love the feel of it.
Number three for me, my top three all coming from Colin Moulding. Number three is My Bird Performs. For me, the last truly great XTC song. Just absolutely love all these guitar parts on this track. The sparse arrangement, I think, is just what the doctor ordered on these kind of like later, more cluttered albums. So yeah, it's just great stuff.
Number two, back again to Skylarking for Season Cycle. Uh, so catchy, so joyful, so peppy. The seamless blending of Partridge's lead vocals, those backing vocals, which might be my favorite part of the whole song, really reminds me of like Jellyfish. And it feels like this song is like the direct connection between like the Beach Boys and the Beatles, XTC, Season Cycle, Jellyfish, and other power pop. Just beautiful. I love it.
Number two for me is also from Skylarking. I have Grass, which is such a cool song coming right out of Summer's Cauldron, which was also a track I considered. I almost think of it as like one piece, but yeah, great production. Love all like the plucky strings on this track. You know, it's an open E, the kind of Eastern motif going on. The lyrics, it just all great.
I thought about combining Summer Squadron and Grass since they kind of run into each other, but didn't do it. I could though. Maybe I will someday. Number one, Dear God.
Hold up, you're out of sync.
Number one, Dear God from Skylarking eventually. It wasn't on the original pressing, I guess, but it was always supposed to be, according to them. This was the first XCC song I probably heard, and definitely the one that made the most impression, just immediately. Always loved it. I think the guitar playing from Dave Gregory, those rippling arpeggios that come on at the end of the verse and continue. Some of my favorite playing ever. Those arpeggios have just been ingrained in my brain since the day I heard them for the first time. Like I've never forgotten the way that sounds. Partridge's acoustic has a surly skiffle style that pairs well with the pointed lyrics, which I think are great, just very venomous. And having the little girl come and sing the opening verse is just a perfect little twist. Like that's that genius production move that, is why Rundgren got a lot of the credit that he did. Just having that juxtaposition and the way it's juxtaposed with Partridge coming in with that just anger in his voice is just, it's a great song.
Number one for me has got to be Making Plans for Nigel. Just a perfect song. I love the guitar parts, the interesting guitar tones. They're kind of different, and like you mentioned in the album's video, just the backing vocals and how they're kind of just unhinged and like not operating the way backing vocals normally do. Yeah, it's great.
Well, I'm glad we got one in common at least.
Is that the only one? Yeah.
Yeah, strange, strange.
All right. Well, let us know what you think of our lists. Drop your own favorite XTC songs in the comments. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And check out the video description. Find us on Instagram and Twitter and all the different social media places. We also have merch and a website and a Patreon and a record label. Give it all a look, see, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.